Hi everyone, it's Erin Cochran, the House Whisperer from RevealingRedesign.com. And today I have my selfie stick and I'm standing in my own family room in my old farmhouse. I wanted to take this opportunity to show you around a little bit because I recently redid this room. It's almost a year ago now that we had the room painted, and it's taken months to get all of the furniture in place and all of the details finished and all that good stuff, and I want to share it with you. So basically, for those of you who don't know, I live in an old house. The original foundation dates back to 1778, but the room that we're standing in right now, our family room, was actually constructed by the people that we bought the house from, and it was built in 1989. So when we bought the house, this room was had wall-to-wall carpeting and didn't look like it fit in with the rest of the house in a lot of ways. It sort of, you could tell it was new. So we have worked over the years, we've lived here over 20 years, we've worked on bringing in little details that make it more congruent with the historic nature of the rest of the house. And this recent renovation that we just completed was part of that effort. Okay, so let me show you around a little bit. So I'll walk over here to the doorway where you come in and give you sort of an overview of the room here. So we spend a lot of time in this room. It is our family room, and we used to have very uncomfortable furniture that we were very grateful for. My mother-in-law had given us some beautiful, more formal pieces to sit in here, and we loved them for years. And you know, after our kids got to be college age and everything, we felt comfortable replacing the furniture now with something new. And so this piece behind me here, this is one of the two sofas that we just got. This is the other. And both of them are from the company that I work with in North Carolina, family-owned furniture maker. And we have been just so thrilled with them. We got this one here. I'm trying to get out of the way here. There we go. This piece here, our room is an odd shape. So finding pieces that fit in here that give us the seating and the comfort that we wanted was tricky because of the way the room is laid out. So this piece was, we just love because it has the chaise on it, which makes it so comfy. And then this piece is a more just straight ahead sofa, but being able to customize them with fabrics so they go together so beautifully has been wonderful, and getting the custom depths that we wanted so they fit our physical frame and everything has been great. So let me back up a little bit here. So any room that I do, especially in my own house, it's important to me to have pieces of history and character and personal stories. So behind me here, I don't know if I can get close enough for you to see it. This picture, let me sit down. This is a thing I had custom framed. This was a picture of my grandparents' house. And the list underneath it was my grandfather. He wrote a letter to his mother-in-law. They had a similar sense of humor, so this is hilarious. And there's numbers on the picture where he annotated different things about the house in the picture. So it's so special to me, and I had that framed. And over here is our paintings done by a good friend of mine, Relinda Stotts. She's an amazing artist. And I will put a link in this description so that you can look at her artwork. It is beautiful, and these pieces come from her. They just, to me, they bring a little bit of sparkle to the room, and of course a personal connection, so I smile every time I look at them. These bookcases behind me are from the Middletown Library. My mother was a librarian at the Middletown Library, and years ago they took out the old bookcases and she had them stored. And when we bought this house, my stepfather asked me if I wanted them. So we had them built into this little corner here, and it's another bit of history, my family history, that I love. Okay, so even though I have an old house, and this room is not that old, we actually don't have a fireplace, which is pretty unusual. So I wanted something to give this room a strong focal point, and let me back this way a little bit so you can see a bit more. So this is a faux fireplace, and some people don't like them, some people do. And this is one I found at a little antique shop that I just fell in love with it because it's the size that I wanted in here, and it really gave a strong visual, a focal point when you come in the room. And the window above it is a salvaged window that I bought up in Maine when I was up there working in the past year or so. And ironically, I didn't have to paint either of these things. They both were already almost the identical shade of navy blue, dark, sort of charcoal navy blue, and they just went together beautifully. And they really were sort of the springboard for the room. I was open to painting them, but I thought, no, this is what I really wanted. I wanted a deep, deep blue and do the walls in gray. So it's sort of, works as a neutral with a lot, but still gives the room a lot of personality. Okay, and over here is another old sort of barn door, another architectural salvage thing that I picked up to add texture to the room and things like that. Okay, so let me just give you another view here so you can see the room overall. Okay, and then one last little area here. This is, let's see, you may have seen on Facebook a few months ago, I posted that, sorry, I'm like moving all over the place here. This desk was my dad's. He bought it in the 60s when he got his PhD. So it's always been a big piece of furniture, and the finish on it was really tired, but I didn't want to get rid of it because it was so sentimental. So I talked to my friend Amy Knopp, and she helped me think about a way to paint it. And so now we painted it this charcoal color, similar to this dark blue, but not exact, and got a new chair for it. And it really sits so beautifully in the room now. And it's the place where my husband works. He's a musician. So this is his spot to work on recording and things like that. And it's right underneath, actually, a picture of, this will be backwards, unfortunately, but this is actually a picture of my maternal grandparents. And my grandfather was in radio. He worked with Dick Clark, and my grandmother was a violinist. So this is very special, this old poster from one of their performances. So, okay, and lastly, I want to turn around this way. So, as I said, this room was built in 1989. So these two closet doors here, when we bought the house, were just, Home Depot doors, just basic doors. So we went and found these salvage doors that were stripped and natural wood, and they have hardware that's similar to other hardware in our house that's historic, and we switched these doors out, and it has made a tremendous difference. I always get compliments on these doors. It just adds a lot of character to the space, and it makes it feel more a part of the house as a whole. We hope this is our powder room door behind us, and that's something that we hope to switch out in the near future. It didn't happen before we were finished with this room, but probably in the next year or so we will be replacing that door as well, just to give the room that added bit of character. So let me give you a little turn around here one more time. So in terms of just adding personality to the room, so we went with the dark blue and the gray, and then I added black and white as an accent in these pillows, and here on these pillows as well. There's navy and white and black and white, and then this little poof next to the sleeping corgi is one more way that we brought in some little graphic punch, just to add that texture and interest in here, a little bit of interest. Okay, so this is my family room. I wanted to show it to you and sort of give you a contrast of, I will include pictures from what it looked like before so you can have an idea. And I hope it inspires you to think about a space in your house in a new way. It's amazing, having a room really done and having from start to finish is a wonderful thing. And we enjoy this room every day now. Whereas it used to be kind of, we would come in here and go, oh gosh, we need new furniture. Oh, it needs to be painted. Oh, and now it's like, oh, this room is great. And we just enjoy it every day. We love it so much. All right, have a wonderful day. I will see you next week.